Hey, you guys, it's your girl Jay. And as I said before, I was going to come back here and give you guys this part two on how to avoid giving men pictures or sending them pictures when they ask you for them. As in part one, I kind of told you that, I've had many men, ask me, can I see a full body picture? And again, these are men that either I've been meeting online via dating sites or social media and or even in person. Once I meet someone in person and then they ask for that full body picture, because just because you meet someone in person, exchange numbers, still doesn't mean it's going to be a follow through. Still doesn't mean it's going to be a follow through. In fact, let me hold on one second, guys. I'm going to stop this recording. Let me grab my headphones, my new ones, because I think it'll help with that background noise, if there's any at all. Hold on one second. Okay, where were we? So basically, guys, yeah. Um, Here's my tips regarding, again, how not to send or how to avoid sending men these pictures when they ask you for it. I think the main reason why I'm able to kind of curve these men on this is because, again, I'm in the industry as a webcam model, and I've been in the industry for over 15 years. So I'm used to taking pictures. I'm used to taking, be it full body pictures. And mind you, this doesn't mean that my pictures have been in the nude. I'm used to taking even just, in fact, most of my pictures that I've gotten paid for are shoulders up. I often tell people I'm a boobs up kind of girl, but for the most part, because I'm a nail fetishist or an alternative um, model. So a lot of us models who have, piercings, tattoos, kind of more on the alternative side of things, or exotic women. Usually, my face card or my weirdness. Let me go there. My sexy weirdness um, usually is enough to have men, want to treat me and with tips or all these other extra things. And so I find it a little bit frustrating, and I think this goes into the bucket to any woman for the most part that's in the industry. On a more X-rated side of things, it's like the woman who's a stripper who she finds it difficult to go out with a man who just wants to go out and then use her for XYZ without giving her anything or compensating anything in return. And so I think, and I'll come back and talk about it later, but I think with the industry, um, if a woman can hold on to her principles, her integrity, even somewhat her morale, excuse me, then she's able to maneuver through the business and create a standard for herself. That way she doesn't get caught up with men who just want to use her and just not get anything in return. And, some might say, well, are you saying, Jay, that you're advising that all women should be a part of the business? No, because it takes a particular type of woman. It takes a particular type of inner strength. I think it takes definitely, what's it called? Tough skin. It's the same thing with dating when I think about it. It takes a particular type of woman, especially nowadays, to get out there and date, knowing that you got to go through so many different types. Well, actually, they come out to be pretty much all the same, but the extras that go into dating. So what bothers me the most or frustrates me the most about dating or being on these dating apps or just dating period is that, again, the business has helped me to understand, hey, I'm not just going to send you over my picture. I'm not just going to spend time with you on the phone. I'm not just going to sit up here and do XYZ when the time I'm spending with you on the phone right here, I could be logged into work, right? So, getting back into the pictures, how do you do this then, ladies? Um, you know, I'll go with the truth. Let's go with the truth first. You can always just tell a man the truth. I don't feel comfortable sending you any pictures. Or you can simply ask him, why do you need extra pictures? Now, he may call you difficult. He may call you, problematic. He may, get turned off. But again, you have to do what's comfortable for you, because I've said it before, and some men are okay. I got you, no problem, whatever. I've also had some men to challenge me. Well, it's just a picture. Well, if it's just a picture, just go look at the ones that's already on my profile. Just go look at anybody else's picture, but I'm not sending you another one, right? So I have learned learned even how to match energies with some of these men. And for the most part, if it's a man that puts me in a space where I feel like I'm being challenged, that's not the man for me anyway, because I want to be able to rest. You know what I'm gonna say? I want to be able to rest in my femininity. And so you hounding me for a picture, and we haven't even gotten past, the basics of, hey, how your day was, what do you like to do for fun, old school way of dating. Back in the day, there was a thing called, I don't know if you guys are familiar, but a thing called, I think they're still out. It's called telepersonals, but it was a chat line or chat service. Remember the party line? You would just get on the phone, talk to folks on the phone. They'd be like, what you wearing, what you doing, what you're into. And it was a little bit more authentic. And men would make an effort because there was no such thing as sending pictures and things like. It was literally a blind date. Not only a blind date, it was a blind chat. It was a blind conversation on the phone. It was blinder than blind. I mean, you hadn't even seen this person at all. You have no idea basically on what their description was. I miss the days of when a man be like, well, what do you look like? And then they describe themselves, and you had to use your imagination. So in a lot of these cases, I tell men, use your imagination. That's number two. Tell them, you could be flirty about it. Oh gosh, just use your imagination. What do you think my whole body looks like? Especially when they're asking for those full body pictures. And we have to again keep in mind they're asking of these full body pictures because they want to jay off to you. They want to get aroused by you. I mean, men are visual. No, men are sexually visual. Let's be real. Let's go all the way through for what it really is. Don't just men are visual, because we all can see. Most of us, you know what I mean? For those that have the natural eye to see and are not literally blind, we all can see. We all can sense. In that kind of way. And because I said sense because I'm thinking about people that are actually blind. They can get a sense. They can look at Stevie Wonder. I think Stevie Wonder has 9 baby mamas, if I'm not, or 9 kids, or something along the lines. So he ain't missing a beat just because he couldn't see. He could feel. He could imagine. He could envision. Right. So some of these men are just lazy. I don't know how else to say it. You know what I mean? So they want you to do all the work. That's another part that goes into the bucket. Men are using this. Let me see your full body picture. Send me some more pictures. I've had men say, send me some more pictures. And you know what I say back to them? Say please. That's a good one. Number three, if they ask you and they don't put please at the end, tell them, say pretty please. And some men will and some men won't. I've come to find out the ones that won't do it, this is what they're thinking of you. Oh, you think you're all that, or I got to bow down for a picture. I've had men, oh, baby girl, it ain't that serious. I'm good. We can get past that now. Because if you can't say please or pretty please or be kind about it and you want to demand, it's the same rule that I've learned from being in the business. You're not going to come over here demanding that I stand up. You're not going to come over here demanding that turn around, show me what you're working with. In fact, just recently I added to my tip menu. I put on my tip menu, men have to tip me for me to stand or for me to send them private messages. It's the same principle on a dating site. You want me to give you your phone number, but you haven't shown me anything right here about who you are. I checked out your profile. There's nothing really in your profile that says who you are. These pictures look like you were taken back in 1988, 1990, 10 years ago, 12, 15 years ago. What do you look like today, sir? And I know that these men may be asking the same question of us, is why they're asking for the full body pictures. But the difference between men and women is this. Most women, in my experience with women, and I got all kinds of sisters, myself, my daughter, most women are not asking for a picture so that she can sit up and get off on. Most women are probably asking for a picture because they're like, I just want to see what your stature is, what you're looking like. If anything, if a woman is asking for a picture, she's checking out that background to see, okay, is what's going on with his mattress, what's going on with his bedroom, is that his house, is that his car, why is there a car seat in the back of the car? He's she's checking it out for investigative purposes. And I know what some of y'all may be saying, he's checking out for investigative purposes too. No, she's checking out for protection and find out who this guy really is. And maybe some may be checking it out for financial reasons. But hey, if men are supposed to be protectors and providers, then she's well within her right to say, I got to check out the scenes, because at the end of the day, I'm a woman. I'm the quote unquote weaker vessel anyway. I got to make sure that everything that you're saying or what your profile is saying is adding up. Right? In that kind of way. Men, on the other hand, are not that deep. What do they say about men? Men are simple. Well, a simple minded average man below and above average man, even a high value man, is looking at those pictures and wanting to either jay off to or see how much he can exert some sense of control. In fact, the man with the most money and the man that feels like he got it going on the most is the one that's going to be more demanding. And I learned that from being in the business. The man that puts up a fight towards you, or begins to become in competition with you. Because I've had men who say, send me a picture. If I say, oh, this is the other point to be made, the number four would be this: ask them to send the picture first, whether you're interested or not. Just ask them to put them on the spot. This one always works for me. When I'm over on the dating site, or even if I met a guy in person, I'm always, because I know they're going to ask me. I know I've been doing this too long. I know they're going to ask me for a dang on extra pictures and all that. So I beat them to the punch. So I simply say, I'm on the phone. Let's just say we exchange numbers already. Then he says, hey, or even before he says it, I'll tell him, hey, send me a full body picture, not full body, but I'll say, send me a picture to let me know. Because the key here is with a man, you don't have to necessarily ask for a full body picture because men will naturally usually send it. I mean, it's just because they're not, and most men will say, I'm not into pictures like that. I don't take photos like that. That's fine, because we're not really looking to see how fine you are. We're not really looking to see if you're wearing them gray sweats. Most of them are, we're not looking at that. We just, hey, send me a picture. So for me, because I know what they're going to ask, I'm trying to beat them to the punch on a psychological note. It has nothing to do with the freaking picture in itself. It's saying, I'm making a move first, and if I feel comfortable, I'm gonna see how comfortable you feel first with sending the picture. If a guy says to me, sure, no problem, and by the time we get over into the phone conversation, or we've exchanged, actual numbers, and he sent me the picture, then I'm like, okay, then I can see pretty much what he's working with. And guess what then I'll do? I'll send him then a face. That's the key here, ladies. Then I will send him, if it's agreed, I will send him a facial shot picture. That's it. And it won't be one that's on my dating site. It'll be a little different. It will be one that, hey, I hadn't posted maybe yet on social media. It had been maybe one that I didn't send to somebody else. And I could honestly say, hey, you're the first guy to see this picture, or you're the first person to see this one. And it'll be one just like the one that you're looking at now. That's about as good as it gets. Now, if he goes into, hey, what about that full body picture? And that's when I know, hey, you know what, if this is not enough, and especially if we're just in the conversation, it's only 5 minutes, 10 minutes in, I can see if we've been talking for a week, which it shouldn't take that long either before we actually, said, hey, what are you doing next weekend? Do you want to hang out kind of thing? And if he ain't asked that within the three days, I say 72 hours, it's a done deal. Move on to the next. Like, maybe some women move faster than that. You know what I mean? Like, now, if you ain't asking that same day, because back in the day in dating, let me say this: when that man met you in person or met you on, he was trying to make something happen. Hey, when can I see? Can I see you later on tonight? Can I take you out to dinner or late, dinner tonight, or what you doing tomorrow? It was literally men moved like that, rapido, rapido, rapido. They was on it. When can I meet your family? No, that's a little too much, but no, they literally was that effort. They were excited about meeting you. They were excited about taking you out. They were excited. Hey, when can we chit chat? Not when can you come over to my place or I come over to yours, but when can I take you out? When are your off days? Men would ask you these questions on the first phone conversation. At least for me, that first phone conversation, they want to get to know you. Genuinely speaking, they would want to get to know you. What you doing? Like, excuse me, miss, what's your name? That whole thing, that was how it was back in the day. These days, these men is lazy, no effort. And can I get a full body picture? So they it can feed their ego, because for the women that have given them those full body pictures, now they got a variety of women that they can sit back and jay off to, right? And you have no idea. And then they'll call you like a week later and try to get some more pictures out of you, or try to get something out of to feed, or just hear your voice so they can get off on your voice while they're looking at your picture. And they're like, oh, baby girl, I gotta go. And how do I know this? Because I've been a phone sex operator for over 20 years. I'm just saying, like, this stuff is, anywho, let me go ahead and get out of here, you guys. If you have any questions on how to maneuver, and if I wasn't too detailed, I didn't want this video to be too long. But this is how you do it, And the first thing, the bonus is this: when they ask, send them your Cash App. Turn them off. If they're turning you off, turn them off too. You know what did Carrie Hilson say? Turning me off. You're turning me off. Anyways, bye for now, you guys. One love kisses, you guys. We're here and see you in the next one. But yeah, protect yourself, protect your pictures, protect them full body pictures at all costs. Kisses.